A Kansas City Chiefs superfan accused of robbing a Bixby bank at gunpoint is now in custody again after going on the run earlier this year.
These details keep getting wilder and wilder. According to the affidavit, he's now accused of robbing multiple banks, only to then exchange the money for chips at casinos. Fox 23's Alex Cash is live with reaction to his new arrest now and new details on the case.
According to the affidavits, investigators pieced together a slew of evidence from multiple crimes in multiple states that all seem to point to the Chiefs superfan. And the arrest is bringing at least one of his alleged victims locally some relief. After just over 3 months on the run, Kansas City Chiefs superfan Xavier Babadar, also known online as ChiefsAholic and accused of robbing a bank in Bixby, is back in custody. Frank Fraser, the attorney for one of his alleged victims, said his client is happy to hear the news.
They eventually caught up with him, somebody who's not actually a mastermind criminal. I think they were bound to get him sooner or later. But most importantly, my client feels great and relief.
In December last year, Babadar was arrested, suspected of robbing the Tulsa Teachers Federal Credit Union in Bixby. An affidavit says wearing gloves, a mask and ski goggles, Babadar is suspected of jumping the counter with a gun before making his getaway on a bicycle with over $150,000. Peyton Garcia was behind the counter that day.
It was terrifying, and I mean, it changed everything. Like, I definitely don't live my life the same after that. I mean, how could you?
Babadar was given bail 4 days before the Super Bowl, but then in late March, he cut off his ankle monitor and went on the run. The FBI says he was arrested in California on Friday, but an affidavit says he's suspected of a string of robberies across the Midwest. It says detectives have looked into unsolved bank robbery cases, and it says his cell phone pinged in those cities. It also alleges that Babadar laundered money through casinos and bank accounts. Investigators say Babadar purchased and redeemed more than $1 million in chips from casinos between April and December last year. Fraser says even though he's glad Babadar is now under arrest again, he says he doesn't know why he was given bail in the first place.
And he should not have been given bail in light of the fact that his crime was a violent crime. He had, threatened people that he was going to do bodily harm, and he was stealing thousands and thousands of dollars. He should never have been allowed to wear an ankle monitor or things like that. Of course, the rest of the story needs to be told, but I've always surmised that he's a habitual offender, that there were other banks and there were other things going on.
Babadar now faces a federal charge of bank theft and 1 count of transporting stolen property across state lines. Fraser also tells me his client is also suing Babadar personally for compensation for emotional distress and the trauma of what happened. Covering news that matters, I'm Alex Cash, Fox 23 News.